Guys, I'm just thinking how cats are so cute. Like, just look at her chilling. It's like you give them anything cozy and they can't help but curl up. Look at her little tail. She's just so cute. I'm always like, it has a life of its own. Oh, sorry. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into a collective message. I want to do a reading between the divine masculine and feminine because I've been picking up on a lot of sensual energy. And for many of you, it's going to be felt on an energetic level. So you don't even have to be in physical communication with your divine masculines. But, behind the scenes, spiritually, I do feel things kind of going in that direction. Okay, we have forgiving and learning coming up. So it's like a softening of the hearts. Another thing, too, that has been coming up as well with forgiving and learning is that I really do feel like for the feminine collective, a lot of you, the karmic energies cannot affect you anymore. So I feel like major blocks have been removed in terms of feeling that resentment towards your divine masculine, because I really do feel for a lot of the collective for the feminines, that was felt on an energetic level in terms of the resentment, right? But I feel that it had its purpose, because with that resentment, it almost served as the final straw in the journey towards detaching. And I feel like once you detached, your energy wasn't focused on your divine masculines or the karmic or whatever outcome you were expecting. And I feel like energetically, once that release happens, it's easier to forgive, because then you start paying less attention and you start seeing your divine masculine as your divine masculine again. A lot of the times when you're not paying attention to what's going on in the physical, you just kind of release and let it go. And you're able to say, wait a second, like, because I'm not watching or paying attention or getting triggered, I feel naturally, this feeling of forgiveness coming back. It's like all of a sudden you start having flashbacks of one another. And that's why the telepathy increases, because energy doesn't lie, guys. Energy is a big thing. And once your divine masculine stops feeling that resentment coming towards them, then, because what happens for the divine masculines is when they feel you in that resentment energy, they just want to leave it alone. Right? The more they want to delve into the karmic situations, because for them, the best way to stop feeling you, okay, which, by the way, side note, it is extremely painful for your divine masculines to leave you alone, okay? They always sit and wait, and they're on like the lookout for the moment that we have this energy again, which is the forgiveness and the healing, okay? I promise you guys that. Okay, it's like they don't ever leave post is the message I'm getting from this divine masculine. Okay, like energetically, on an energetic level, they don't ever leave in that sense. But I feel like with the divine feminines, like, a lot of healing is occurring for you on a personal level. And I mean, I feel like you can't help but feel that love again for your divine masculines. Okay, what else is coming up between you two? What else is being experienced? Okay, so we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And I feel like that's a lot of the telepathy, okay? Like the visualizations, a lot of the prayers too, just reaching out to one another in that sense. Or like even when you kind of move forward with that healing, it's like letting go of the past, your heart softening up towards them. You don't wish any ill intentions. You just, everything from the past just really gets released. All of the hurt that you felt attached to, however the dynamic was between the both of you. I feel like now that energy is shifting, like the prayers or the visualizations or whatever thoughts you're holding of one another right now, it's bringing in that union energy, okay? And it's all kind of starting with this forgiveness, which is why when you forgive, the telepathy comes back, right? It's like you find each other holding each other in mind more gently. And that's how physical communication and will come. It'll start in the form of, just kind of reaching out here and there, trying to get your attention, and then eventually meeting in the physical. I know for many of you, 717 has been a huge thing. A lot of you have been running into feathers in unusual places, and you've been smirking at the feathers. Okay, so that's another it's another synchronicity where it's like, you know, something big is coming, but at the same time you're just observing and you're choosing not to react. You're choosing to just kind of go in the flow. And that's another big thing with the divine feminines I've been feeling, is that many of you are really holding steady this very grounded energy. So it's like, even though you may be observing certain tower moments or having tower moments in your own life, I feel like many of you are in that place of, you know what, it's okay, I'm just going to wait and let it pass, and I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to remember my affirmations on everything is always working out for me, and I'm going to remain focused on the things that bring me a lot of peace and joy. And I feel like because of that, the energy is just naturally returning back to a place of gentleness. It's like reaching out to one another, talking more kindly to one another. Okay, the chemistry as well is being felt. Okay, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And with the chemistry as well, like, it's a lot of sensual energy for many of you, very sexual energy as well, needing, wanting to connect to each other in that way. But more so, it's like this playful kind of flirty energy, feeling each other again, being on the same page. Or I feel like if the cords between you two have been fried, it's like, there's a spark again. Okay, we see a spark again igniting. Another message too, I don't know if this is going to resonate for some of you, but it's like a flame, and it's like the flame can go dull, but it never goes out between you two. Okay, that's what I'm getting with the chemistry card. I don't know if they're holding a light here, but yeah, it's like a light or an orb in their hands. Maybe the orb will shrink, but it never quite goes out. There's always just like a tiny itty bitty speck of flame, okay? And that is why you guys find yourself in this energy. It's a flame that doesn't go out. It's a contract almost that you two have made to kind of, that's why the lessons are so harsh. Like, it's deeply felt with the masculines too. I know that from connecting with my own masculine and him sharing certain just feelings and emotions and things that he's been through, and feeling like he sounds crazy, but then having me right there to validate that he's not, because I'm like, no, like I've gone through that same thing too. So I feel like a lot of you are getting ready to have those moments again. It's like to soothe one another's heart space. I'm sorry, guys, I did forget as well to mention this card, which was let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. That may have to do with this forgiving and the learning part as well, which is, it's not so much like, I feel like not really talking to other people about it, but just like allowing yourself to be more open to the guidance around you. Okay, allowing yourself to connect with maybe like your higher self. Some people like to keep busy because they can't stand like the sound of their own voice in their head, but then they miss out on so much intuitive hits and so many things that can assist them on the journey. But it's like self-love, right? Like, a lot of the times when you struggle with self-love, or you haven't had a lot of people around you that you can really trust and feel a lot of support from, it's really hard, right? You try to numb yourself most of the time so that you don't have to connect with that voice. That's why I feel like a big majority of the masculine collective have really been healing from like addiction, substances. Like, I feel like another thing too I've been picking up for a lot of the masculines, it's like, it's really a struggle because they will give up one addiction and then find that it's like that energy moves to this addiction, and then it's like they give up that addiction and the energy moves to this addiction. So I feel like that's something too a lot of them are kind of paying attention to and working on. But I feel like let your friends help you really represents a strong sense of the masculines really surrendering to spending time alone and spending time on their own. Okay, I'm tempted to get some messages from these cards as well, because I'm also getting messages around like their circle shrinking. I don't know what that's about as well, but like just realizing like people for who it is they are. And that's why forgiving and learning is coming up. It's like the energy felt between you two, it's deep. It's deeper than any other connection. It's like what makes you two kind of long for one another or resurface back to one another is like the love that you feel, and also too like a sense of that isolation away from most people. I think you and your divine masculine can really connect to. And it's because they're experiencing the world differently, and what triggered that was this whole big shebang between you two, right? I feel like for twin flames, like when divine masculine, divine feminine connect, it's like hitting the jackpot when it comes to like love, romantic love, fairy tale love, you know, like the kind of love that they talk about in the movies. That's what divine masculine and divine feminine experience, you know. But, you know, of course, just like in fairy tales as well, there's always some kind of obstacle, you know, in the way. So there's always lessons to work through and move through. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some cards on your divine masculines, because I was also hearing things about just the kind of realizations that they're having. I'm getting something about like realizing certain things about friends. Okay, we have nurture, we have compassion. Like I feel like lack of empathy, like they're having, like this is something they may miss about you as well, or they could be learning from your energy divine feminine, is something about having like genuine people around them. Okay, if you're gonna have a circle of people around you, like let it be small, as long as they're compassionate, you know, they're genuine, they're there to nurture your soul. They're not there to take from you, they're not there to use you. And then when you need something in return, it's like these people are nowhere to be found, type of thing. I feel like a lot of your masculines could be waking up to that as well. Just like loving on themselves, realizing that they maybe deserve more. Okay, I'm not going to keep all of these guys, but I am going to keep what's at the top and what's at the bottom, because that pile certainly wanted to fly out. But we have open to receive, and maybe this is something they have been struggling with, is like feeling worthy and deserving of genuine friendships. It's hard to let go of like people, places, and things that you've been familiar with for a long time, and you just want to stay in that circle because it's better than being alone. Well, I feel like now your divine masculines may be having that epiphany or aha moment where it's like, oh yeah, it's better to be alone than in the company of people who make you feel alone. Oh yeah. Okay, we also have, oh, we have spy, we have watching, we have inspecting. You know, they could be watching you really closely too, as they have a lot of these realizations and these epiphanies. You know, they could be curious as well, because I'm not getting a bad energy from this card. I'm getting a more curious energy from this card. You know, I'm also hearing too from this card, it's like, can you see or feel that I'm having a lot of these changes happen? Because I could certainly feel your energy is more open or more gentle or more inviting towards me. Okay, and that's how you guys will know the telepathy is coming back. They're going to reveal certain things. They'll pop up in your dreams to let you know, hey, yeah, you know, the energy is aligning again. So the more kind of open you are, I feel divine feminine, is like the more you might see their curiosity coming out, but in ways that you can truly trust, which is why it'll come out through like dreams or certain synchronicities, certain songs that you'll hear, or you'll see their name somewhere, or it'll just be one of those synchronistic moments where you're just like, okay, I understand, or I can see the universe communicating with me. Okay, so let's see what else is coming up for the divine masculines. Just a couple more cards, universe, on what they want the divine feminines to be aware of. Okay, so rebirth and winter. This has been coming out a lot, so I feel like this winter is going to be very significant. I feel like fall is going to be this kind of rebellious time for a lot of your divine masculines. Okay, I do feel a lot of them just kind of wanting to feel like free again, single, something about wanting to be able to do whatever it is they want to do. Along with, like, I'm getting the words privacy, which is interesting. Okay, a lot of them may want privacy at this time. And this could be why their social circle is shrinking, okay? They may want freedom in some way. And it's like, almost like a rebirth of who it is they are, okay? This could be a time of just quieting down. Like, you know, when winter time is just a time of just being indoors and kind of being cozy. And when you go outside sometimes, like out in the country, you can almost just like hear the snow. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, you're just kind of walking and you can feel the crinkle and the wind, and it's like this stillness. It kind of makes everything still for a while. That's what I feel happening with a lot of your divine masculines here. And if they are focused on anything, it is your energy, because it's extremely calming at this time. That could be why let your friends help you is coming up. Okay, I feel like the universe is saying it's okay to be curious about your divine feminine at this time, you know, and maybe watch. Okay, I'm not going to take all of these guys. I'll take what's at the top and what's at the bottom, and then we'll close off the reading. Okay, so some of the things that could be coming up for your divine masculine in this rebirth energy, especially with forgiveness leading the way for many of you, is this reunion energy. And this has been something too that has been coming up in a lot of the readings, where a lot of your divine masculines, like, I think it's been a big aha moment or epiphany that they're deserving of this, or many of them may want this, or you have somehow invited in this feeling of like returning back to a place of equilibrium, okay? Because I do feel like for a lot of the masculine collective, this seems very foreign, okay? And the divine feminine's presence has come back, and you've brought this gift to the divine masculines, okay? Certain words like commitment, okay? Family, home, like settling down. Like, it's more than, oh, just getting married and settling down and having kids. Like, no, I feel like the energy in this card is more of a place of like finding home, feeling safe. Okay, you bring that to this divine masculine, okay? And that's what this whole soul tie I feel between you two is all about. And I've also been picking up on that as well. I think I mentioned it too in the last few readings about people just being aware of this connection, you know, just being more than just a 3D thing. Like, a lot of people are starting to open up around the divine masculine and feminine and realize that, like, again, that's that flame, that candle, it's never going to go out. It might dull, and they might take space, and they might grow separately, but eventually this soul tie, you know, that energy is always going to come back together, because I feel like you two are consistently, you know, helping one another grow. You know, whether the people around you, karmic energies, things like that, try to kind of keep you stuck in those cycles, I feel like this is a time of a lot of growth for the divine masculines. It's like another kind of cycle completed, and now it's like that inevitable death energy and a rebirth and a reset, because essentially that's what rebirth is like the death card, right? I feel like there's a death to you two, like, you know, resenting each other, being at a distance, you know, the separation has gone on long enough. It's like the universe is saying to you both, hello, like, you two need each other's energy here in order to really, you know, grow and thrive and make, you know, magic happen in your lives. I feel like that is being acknowledged between the divine masculine and divine feminine. All right, guys. So yeah, I didn't know who this was for, but I hope you guys have enjoyed. You guys take it easy. I will definitely be setting up another live. My mom has been on me to go live. It's so funny. She's like, when are you going live? When are you going live? I'm like, I will soon again. And she's like, I don't know. I've just been having this feeling. So I'm like, okay. So I will definitely set it up, and I will post it in the community board, and I'm on hypsee.com. You guys can check me out. It's in the description box below. And once I do set it up, I'll let you guys know so that you can book an early slot if you want to. And yeah, it would be great to connect with you guys. I also have memberships open. So if you guys are interested in some extended readings or some behind the scenes content, especially around my own journey, I've taken all of my Patreon content and I put it into memberships, so that way we can really be a nice tight-knit community here in one place on YouTube, which I really kind of like and I'm digging. So yeah, other than that, I will catch you guys in the next reading. Okay, I love you guys. Take care, and thanks so much for being here with me and Maggie Lee. Okay, bye guys. Just look at her. Look at her in this big bean bag.